Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing on this Super Soul Sunday? Guys, tomorrow is my dad's 69th birthday, if he would have still been alive. So he's up there in heaven with my Heavenly Father. So I got both my fathers in heaven. And guys, as I told you, these last 3 years, I learned a lot about my dad. As you can tell, so excuse my voice. I'm losing a little bit of my voice. So I'm doing a lot of screaming, a lot of hollering. Not a lot of crying, but enough crying. You know, going through the things that I've been going through on this healing journey. And as I'm telling you guys, healing is a daily process, an hourly, a minute, a constant, consistent, ongoing process. As I told you, I'm still learning more about him. I connected back with my mom, so I'm learning more about her. And both of them just did not know how to be great parents or better parents. They was not perfect parents, did not do a lot of perfect things, but they tried the best they could with what they knew. As I told you, I came from generations of witchcraft in my family. So ain't no telling what they was putting on my mom or my dad. Ain't no telling what they was putting on me, so they wouldn't see us flourish and succeed. And here I am, 50 years later, bada bing, bada boom. So first of all, a moment of silence for my dad. Oh boy. And so now listen, I'm sitting there thinking like all the things that I've been through. How did I overcome this? How did I persevere that? I'm fighting, constantly fighting, still fighting, just to survive and maintain life. And my mom sent me some pictures that she found of me with my 2 young kids. At that time, I believe my oldest was 2 and my son was 1. And as I'm looking at myself in the picture, I look like a mother figure at 17, 18, 19 years old. And I'm wondering, how was I able to do that and still take care of my siblings, my 2 brothers, and my sister, and my mom? Then my 3rd brother came along, and I helped out with that. That's what strength is. And that's what God constantly gave me, was strength, was the fight to endure. And people always say, girl, you've been through so much. You look like you lived through 10 lifetimes. You've been through so many things. And guys, I'm really learning that now. Because in order for me to share my journey of endurance is victory, I got to share how I endure. So you're wondering, how do you still endure? And you're still learning, and you're grieving, and you're healing, and you're growing. You ask that man upstairs. Has nothing to do with me. He just using me as his vessel to share, help, give hope, empower others. Not just women and men. Remember, it's men too. Not just women, it's men too. So I'm going to fight through this hoarseness because it's a message I need to share with you. And during this time, tomorrow, my daddy's birthday, during this journey, guys, the growth is real. And I remember my child said to me one day, I said, you know, I told y'all not to have kids. I told you to wait, live your life, do all the things that I could not do when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s. And here I am in my 50s, and I'm trying to explore those parts of my life that I was not able to obtain. And she said, well, nobody told you not to have any kids. And I said, you're right. My adult parents, unfortunately, did not. My adult aunts, my adult uncles, my adult grandparents did not say, Morgan, you're 14 years old. You're too young to have a baby. Instead, they asked, how did you have a baby? What did you do? And I was showing them in so many ways what I did. And instead of them maybe chastising me, they made a joke of it. They made a mockery of it. Then when I got pregnant again at 16, the same thing happened. Did you do the same thing the first time to get the baby that you did the first time? to get the second baby? And I said, no. But not one time did these adult people, even if my mother was not able to do it. Remember, I told you I didn't meet my father till I was 21, his firstborn, his oldest daughter, the oldest granddaughter on his side, the oldest niece, the oldest cousin. I didn't meet him till I was 21. So during that time where I was with my mom, she was not able to really give me guidance because at that time, she was lost. So no, those adult aunts, uncles, did not tell me at 14 or 16 years old, stay in school, live your life. Why are you thinking about having kids? Even though I wasn't thinking about having kids. Why are you doing what you're doing to get what you did to have that new life? They didn't give me that guidance. But as I learned, when I knew better, I did better. So I shared that knowledge and that wisdom with my children. Because unfortunately it wasn't shared with me. I had to learn how to be a provider for my children. Because the men that I had in my life did not know how to do that or refused to do that. I had to learn how to be the protector for my children and myself. Because again, I didn't have parents that was able to do that. And then the men that I was dating, some of them were, the last one wasn't. So I had to learn how to do those things with my children. So a lot of people wonder how you're a single mom or you're a single dad and you're trying to lifing, while life is lifing. How you learn how to take care of an innocent baby or an innocent life that God allowed you to bring into the world. That's where he comes in. And I promise you, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, guys, I can't tell you where I would be. I don't even know where I would be. I know I probably wouldn't be here. I would be depressed. I would be angry. I'd be bitter. I'd be sad. I'd be lonely. I wouldn't have a good heart. I would be all those things. But God kept me. He kept me. God kept me for 50 years to be able to take care of little precious children at 16 years old. My mother, as a young child, my brothers, my sister, 8 years on up. God kept me. So when I tell you, people don't give up. As I told you, 2024, more in store. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what God has for me. Because in 2023, it was all about me, my learning, my growth, my transformation, when I'm still doing that right now. I can't wait for what he has in store for me. So you got to say that to yourself. Lord, what do you have in store for me? I've been on this roller coaster ride of life, this hamster wheel of life. And as people say, the old saying goes, hard heads makes a soft behind. Well, guys, even when I wasn't getting guidance and when I was getting guidance, my hard head, my stubbornness made my little behind too soft. So then I still had to go through life because I was being hard-headed and I was being stubborn and not listening. But he still brought me through. He's telling me to teach me to trust in him. Life is still life. Have faith in him. Believe in him. Because there's only one true living God. Only one only God. There is no other God. So that's why when he says, thou shalt not have no idols, no other gods before me, because I'm jealous. When you're worshiping or loving the man more, loving the woman more, loving the vehicle you have, loving the money more than loving him, loving anything materialistic that's not him, sometimes you have to bring you down in size. Or if you're being hard-headed and you're not listening, here's a life throw rocks and stones at you. Or maybe let the enemy use what he need to use to throw you off the track, to say, how dare they say, I believe in God, but these things are happening. And so the devil can use whoever he want to use to trick your mind to say, God didn't promise me that, But guys, in the true testament, he does promise what he does. He stands on his promise. He does not lie. The things that happened for me in this new journey, it took a while for me to get there. I was delayed, never denied. I was delayed, never denied. And as he takes me to this next part of the chapter, I'm going to be a little delayed, but I'm never going to be denied because his promise is always going to be true. He does not lie, like man, like woman, like boy, like girl. So that's what I'm learning in this new season. A closed mouth is a blessed mouth. Be careful what you say out your tongue. Be careful what you say out your mouth. Because not only the enemy is listening, God is listening too. And whatever he says, whatever you said, is going to happen, whether you want it to or not. So always put positivity into the atmosphere. Always put good into the atmosphere. Even when you're going through struggles, even when you're dealing with things, even when life is lifing. Because there is no other God but him. There is no one other person that can pull you through but him. No beads, no psychics, no soothsayers, as they say, no false prophets, none of those people but him. So you have to ask him to give you the strength, the wisdom, the guidance, the knowledge to lead you the way he wants you to lead you. And as I told you guys, I'm not perfect, very flawed, but my spiritual wisdom and guidance is increased. My knowledge has increased, which makes me stronger to be able to do this, to share this journey, share my wisdom of my experiences of my life. That's why endurance is victory. That's why I am victory. And that's why Morgan Rees is who she is in this chapter, in this season today. Endurance is victory. 2024, more in store. Be blessed.